I gotta tell you, man, this last week for Vols sports in general has been kind of a roller coaster. And low key, I'm really excited to cover it. But man, some of this is gonna be weird to talk about. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Vols Rundown. I am your host, Micah McCamey. And like I said in the intro, there's a lot of chaos going on around the Vols program right now. But there is calms in the storm, which we will get to. But we got to talk about the other things first. All right. We're going to be talking about Tennessee women's basketball and their matchup against Oklahoma. We're going to be talking about Tennessee football and what's been going on with the portal and all that stuff. And we're going to talk about the 3-star commit that they got. Then we're going to go talk about Tennessee men's basketball, which I am very excited to talk about right now because that team is truly killing it right now. And I could not be more happy to see a Vols basketball team consistently looking like the number one team in the nation. Okay, now let's talk about, first off, women's basketball. The undefeated streak had officially ended. Kim Caldwell takes her first loss as a Vols head coach, and they lose to number 9 Oklahoma, 87-86. Now, this is not as bad as it may seem, because in my head, I was thinking, this is bad. We'd lost finally, and maybe people will start calling us fraudulent. But I thought about it, and I was just like, Micah, I said this to myself, it was only a 1-point loss. No big deal. That's the first thing. I mean, obviously, it is a big deal because, I'd rather be still undefeated, but only one loss, and we only lost by 1 point. Second off, we came back down 17 and almost won this game off of a game-winning shot. Let's remember that, okay? This team looked like that they were out of this game. It looked like that, UT's fraudulent and they're not going to go anywhere in their women's basketball program this year. And it was affirming all the thoughts of this is a rebuilding year for the Tennessee Vols women's basketball program. But then we came back from 17, had an opportunity to win it from 3. We missed, sure. But this gives me confidence going forward. This team has mental toughness at the very least, and that is something that you look for from a head coach in her first year, her or his. Yeah, no, this is a cause for optimism, honestly. I mean, I'm just really excited to see what Kim Caldwell does with this Vols basketball program. But next, we play LSU. Obviously, really good program. Their coach always has a good thing rolling no matter what program she's at. Wears very colorful dresses, but we're not here to talk about that. They're just as good as they usually are with her, and they are rolling right now. So this is a great bounce back opportunity, though. We're at home. We're playing with something to prove, and overall, I think we actually have a decent chance of winning this thing. ESPN gives the slight favor to LSU, but I'll be honest, I could see us winning this game. And quite frankly, I could see us winning it pretty easily. I mean, do I think it'll happen? I don't know. But I do have a feeling that this is our best chance for now of beating a top 10 team in women's college basketball. But just wanted to talk about women's basketball. That's going to be a new thing from now on. I'm going to be talking about them just because they're really good, first off, and second off, I feel like that it was kind of weird for me not to talk about them at one point. So here they are now. But anyway, moving on, we got to talk about Tennessee football. Okay, this is obviously the thing that everybody comes onto these videos for. I mean, let's be real. Everybody loves the Vols football program, at least as a Tennessee fan. Not that many people care about the other programs, except for people like me, I guess. But we got to talk about the Tennessee Vols football program, and we've also got to talk about all these other sports because we're really good at other sports too. I know that there are some just pure hardcore football fans out there, but this team still has some work to do, unlike something like Tennessee basketball, who's ranked number 1 in the nation, and Tennessee baseball, who quite frankly might be a dynasty right now, who might be starting up a dynasty. I'm not saying that they are, but it's looking like they could end up being one. But anyway, we got to talk about Tennessee football. Okay, first off, Amari Jefferson predicted to the Vols. This dude, ironically, was committed to Vols baseball at one point. Now, it is a little concerning that they put in that prediction just a few days ago, and we still haven't gotten any word on him. It's kind of like the Josh Thompson situation where it looked like we had him in the bag, but then LSU came in and was just like 5 million, and then we lost him. We still got to talk about how there's a real possibility that this dude could come into our receiver core and potentially help like a minor overhaul of this receiver core. Go get him, you bring back Mike Matthews, and who knows, quite frankly. We could end up just absolutely having a significantly better receiver core than last year, which we need right now, okay? Amari Jefferson, I don't know that much about him, honestly. From what I can tell, he is like an outside receiver and he's not like a slot receiver, but still very happy to have him if we can get it wrapped up and done. I will say it was a little fishy that immediately, right after he entered the portal, he was projected to go to Tennessee. Do I think we were tampering? Probably not, but I don't know. It wouldn't shock me, to say the least. Anywho, next thing, 3-star Tyron Evans committed to Tennessee yesterday. I don't know that much about this guy, honestly. He's a slot receiver from what I can tell. Very fast, probably dominated it in high school. I mean, that's how you end up a 3-star or 4-star or a 5-star, but overall happy to have him. That's really all I have to say about that for anybody who was curious. But anyway, the next thing though, we got to talk about Mike Matthews is going to stay a Tennessee Volunteer. Okay, whenever I had my immediate reaction to this, I can't remember what exactly I said, but I think this was before I realized that the reason that he did enter the transfer portal was because our offense wasn't like the 2022 offense. So basically, Mike Matthews went up to Coach Heupel and was just like, hey, if this offense doesn't start looking more like 2022, I'm out of here. Worked, shockingly enough. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of players that if they walked up to their coach and was just like, hey, bring this system back to the old or else I'm gone, they would be like, okay, go, whatever. I mean, Josh Heupel listened to a 5-star recruit that could end up altering the trajectory of our receiver core for the next 2 years. He said that he'd keep his mind open to it, basically, from what I can tell. And now he's going to be staying at Tennessee Vol. It had nothing to do with NIL. It had somewhat to do with the playing time that he was getting. And it had a little bit to do with it had a little bit to do with Nico looking like he could have hit the portal, and Mike Matthews may have jumped in just a little bit frantically because, Vols Twitter was panicking over it all. I mean, do I think that it was a little bit of an overreaction for him to do that? Yes, but still, he's a freshman in college. Of course he's going to panic about something like that, but I digress. I'm just really happy that Mike Matthews is going to be staying a Tennessee Vol, and that maybe him going up to Heupel and being all like, hey, bring this back to 2022 may actually make a change to our offense, and maybe we could see us getting a little bit more creative, putting a little bit more motion back in, taking a couple of more deep shots. That makes me really excited. And also, Nico will have finally had a little bit of development. The receiver core, I trust Heupel that this receiver core will be improved from last year. And that's really all I got to say. Overall, very happy to see him back. And hopefully this is a toast to new days of creativity in the Tennessee Vols offense. But anyway, sorry to end this on a downer for this next one, but it was announced yesterday that Zachariah Branch is going to be a Georgia Bulldog. I don't like it. I really don't. Obviously his brother's going along with him, but I wish we could have gotten a visit in. It had been reported that we were going, quote, all in, but then it also came out a little later that apparently we didn't really push that hard for him. So do with that information what you will. But man, this did kind of hurt a little bit because I was thinking, if we get Zachariah Branch, this receiver core is going to look like one of the best in the nation. Obviously, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but still, I thought that this receiver core was going to go from top 50 to top 15, quite honestly. I thought it was going to take a huge jump if Zachariah Branch came in. But hey, it is what it is. He didn't want to be a Vol. He wanted to be a dog. And now he is enemy number 1 going into next season whenever they have to come play us in Neyland in week 3. Speaking of which, I'll just ask y'all, let me know this in the comment section. How do y'all feel about Georgia next year? Like, I get it. Like, it was Gunnar Stockton's first start, and he didn't play that bad, but I don't know. That offense looked really questionable. The defense was playing pretty solid, but like that offense just looked really weird. So I want to know what y'all's thoughts are. Do you think that we can pull it off against Georgia next year and finally get over the hump and get that big win? Or do you think we'll just lose again next year and then we'll probably have questions about Heupel at that point, if we're being honest? But I just want to know what y'all think down in the comment section on that. But anyway, we got to move on to the best sport in Tennessee right now. Tennessee basketball. For now, it's the best sport, okay? Baseball season's coming. But again, Tennessee men's basketball is absolutely killing it right now. Just beat Arkansas 76-52. Huge win for the Tennessee Vols. I was about to say Zakai Ziegler. Chaz Lanier had a dang near 30-piece, but Ziegler also played pretty well. And Igor Milicic, my gosh, he had a coming out party that day. He had 13 points and 18 rebounds. You've got to be kidding me. I am so happy to see the Tennessee Vols basketball program thriving once again. I mean, I know that it's been happening over the past couple of years, but like they're really starting to look like really, really good. And I ain't gonna lie, I was worried about this game a little bit. Like, you know, it reminded me of the Arkansas game for Tennessee football, actually. There were other former players playing for Arkansas. It just had me a little worried about, like, maybe they know what we're going to do. But I guess I overestimated Jonas Aidoo because that dude was a non-factor. Shout out to the big men for making him a non-factor and the crowd for just destroying him. Do I kind of feel bad for the guy? A little bit, but that's what you get whenever you transfer to a rival, whenever you told your head coach that you were going to stay a Tennessee Vol. Okay. Next thing, we stayed up after an 11-0 run. Like, it was a little competitive right in the beginning there, but after the 11-0 run, we just ran up the score and we just absolutely killed them from that point on. All right? And again, so proud of this Vols basketball program. They are absolutely killing it. Shout out to Rick Barnes. Shout out to Lanier. Ziegler. It's starting to become a debate. He might be the best point guard in Tennessee basketball history. Now, sure, did it take him like 5-6 years to do it? Yes, but he still has been playing really, really solid basketball for us. Also, again, Igor Milicic, coming out party for him. Calipari got completely outcoached by Rick Barnes. Is anybody shocked by that? I don't know. But, like, it felt like a pickup game, if I'm being completely honest. Like, that's what the Calipari offense is like. And if y'all remember, after the game, Calipari was just like, we should have done a shoot-around pregame, man. And like that would have changed anything. Oh, yeah, maybe y'all would have lost by 10 instead of 20. But I don't know what his point was there. But still, like, I don't know, man. I'm just really happy about this. Okay, but next, we've got to play Florida, who just suffered their first loss against Kentucky. They only lost them by 5 points. The final score was 95-100. My gosh. Did y'all tell y'all's defenses to take the day off or something? Like, that's almost 200 total points. Jeez. But, yeah, no, they're going to be tough, okay? Like, I was thinking maybe Kentucky was going to go crush them and show everybody, hey, Florida is just kind of fraudulent. I mean, I wasn't too sure if they were or not, but still, there was a thought in the back of my mind about, like, hey, what if they aren't really that good? But still, they are going to be a hard team to beat. So, here's my thing. I think that this Vols team can beat anybody in the nation on any given night. It's just the problem is we got to stay focused and we got to just play solid basketball. No more MTSU type basketball games, okay? We are not going to be playing as lazy as we were in that game because, let's be real, the holidays were coming up. But we can't afford to have a lazy game in the entire month of January. Because let me tell you, this team is going to have some really hard challenges over the next month. You already heard what I talked about in the month of January. A lot of SEC schools, we have to play Auburn and Florida. We already played Arkansas. Like, this month is going to be highly competitive. Heck, even Vanderbilt looks like that they're kind of sort of turning it around for their basketball program. Like, there are a lot of teams that we need to seriously look out for, quite honestly. All right? So, there's that. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If y'all want to go check out the Titans Rundown, I mean, if I had to take a guess, you're probably coming here from the Titans Rundown. But if you are new and you're coming from the Vols and you're coming in the Vols rundown as a completely new viewer of me, I have the Titans rundown as well, which I will leave a link in the description for that YouTube channel. But also I have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok all under the Vols rundown if y'all want to go check those out. I'll try and post more frequently on TikTok, but I'm going to have to grow my audience there. I don't even have a follower yet. But anyway, that's going to do it all for me. This has been a rundown of your Tennessee Vols. I love y'all, and go Big Orange.